Hey y'all, we are back with another video, another one. Y'all, the struggle is real, okay? When you don't have like all the real vlogging equipment yet, the struggle is real behind the scenes. If y'all only knew how much time it really takes, like I understand why vloggers, influencers get paid because it takes work. From the editing, the filming, like how many times you have to redo things. Y'all just don't understand. Like, and at this point, when you just got an iPhone, I feel like Trey Songz, all I had is an iPhone and the dream is you gonna roll with me. Who gonna roll with me? With just this iPhone and a ring light. You gotta start somewhere. And the point is just to start. Which takes us into the topic of this video. Are you burnt out or just being lazy? I am not coming for anybody else but myself, okay? I believe in the don't come for me if I didn't send for you. So I be coming for myself all the time. Like, so when I do come for people that I love, and I'm not being a hypocrite, because if you only knew the things that like I really be coming to myself about, like I remember so I would say a lot like, oh, I don't want to start dating until after I like lose weight and just really feel more comfortable in my skin, because like with me losing weight, it's about me doing what it takes to become healthy again, because I haven't always had like the weight that I have now. So some people are like, what weight? Look, it's a personal journey. There are things about me, and it doesn't mean I'm not beautiful. I just know like the skin that I'm in, I feel comfortable when I'm healthy and at my best for me. But I remember I would say, oh, I don't want to date until, I got all this snatched and this cleared up and all this stuff like that. And then I was like, how you talking about like, so even when it came to dating, like the preference that I had, how you gonna want a man that is in shape and, has an active lifestyle, but you not doing what you have to do to be in shape and have an active lifestyle? Like, you're gonna attract where you're at. So instead of getting upset about the people you're attracting, look at yourself. Like, where are you currently at? Self, you ain't have to come for yourself like that. That wasn't even necessary. You ain't have to. Y'all, it be getting real. It be getting real. And so a couple of days ago, I have been watching, I love Eric Thomas, Uncle T. One day we will meet and I will get to call him Uncle T, and he will accept this title. Mark the date on this calendar. So when it happens, like, y'all remember when I had said, here it is. But I was listening to him in the morning because it's just like certain podcasts, certain influencers, certain speakers I will listen to at certain times of the day, based on what I need in that moment. But usually when I listen to him, it's going to be some truths that I'm hearing that I needed to hear, and it's going to be basically like a way for me to eliminate all excuses that I tend to want to have. For over the past, I guess I'd say about maybe a little over a year now, since my mom had passed away, I have been burnt out since way before she passed away. And after she passed away, it was just like, it was hard to keep going to school and stay focused. It was hard to really want to do anything. And I had to be real with myself, because when I heard Uncle T say, everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Here I am talking about, we got to go in beast mode. It's time to go. It's time to get it. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in rest. Like, rest is essential for recovery. But even when people go to rehab, like, there's a physical aspect of physical rehab, or physical therapy. And so it was just like, okay, you're taking time to heal emotionally. You're taking time to grow spiritually. But you're still in a place of stagnation. You are still comfortable being uncomfortable and unhappy in your comfort zone. You are now comfortable being lazy and not wanting to do. And I had to deal with why. Why did I lose the motivation? Why did I lose the drive? Why did I get to, not that I gave up, because I'm gonna always say never give up, but I pressed pause, and it's just been a long pause. And it's like, oh, I can hype up anybody who's doing what they gotta do. But then when it comes to me, I'm like, I don't think I'm ready yet. But it was just like, everybody's journey of grief is different. We've all suffered one or many losses, throughout the years. But there were just people that I admired, that I saw losses that they experienced too, and yet they persevered. And I even think about my mom, like the losses that she had and how she persevered, even when she had her arm amputated, just the process to keep going and to be proud of herself along the way. And yes, it was hard emotionally, but she still kept going and proving to herself that she could. And I admired that so much. I admired my sisters for going and for doing. And it's like when you can have all these odds against you and beat the odds, I love that. Shout out to you. When you have had all the obstacles against you, all the odds against you. People said you would never amount to anything. You wouldn't be able to do certain things in life that you had a vision and a goal to do. And that's the thing. We can have a vision. We can have ideas, but then we share it with the wrong people. And those wrong people will make us feel like we're not good enough or capable enough to achieving those goals, to achieving those standards. And I've been guilty of that as well. But I say all that to say I had to be honest with myself. And the truth is, I've been afraid of my calling. I've been afraid of my purpose. I've had the idea and awareness of what God is leading me to. And there have been people who don't understand it. There have been people who don't like it because of the process that comes with it. And it's not meant for everybody else to understand. As long as you know the assignment and you doing what you got to do, that's all that matters. And I allowed fear to start driving me. I renamed laziness and procrastination as burnout because, okay, you've identified you're burnt out. So now what are you doing about it? Are you getting therapy? Are you going to counseling? Are you, working out, honestly, does help with your mental health. Being active, drinking water, and staying hydrated. They seem so simple. Getting rest, it seems so simple, but those three things, if I can get outside and go for a walk, if I can get, last night I slept for 5 hours because my body is now like waking up around 8 something every day at this point, if not sooner. And it's just like, with those 5 hours, I still feel good. It took me a while to get out of bed, but I still feel good. And it's just like, when we do those simple things, when we're putting healthier food items into our body, y'all, our body be like, I got you. Here's your reward. And it's that holistic aspect. Like everything, every area of our life, like, is connected and intertwined. And when one area is weak, it can either make the other areas weak, or those stronger areas can make that weaker area stronger. It all is based on what you choose to do and how you choose to go about it. And so I had to be real with myself that it was time to stop living in fear. It was time to let go of, if people reject you, if people don't like you, if people don't understand what you got going on, if people don't want to be in your life, that is perfectly fine. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. Because everybody don't have good taste. I'm just saying. But all in all, everything that we're dealing with, everything that we're going through, it is for a purpose that is bigger and greater than us. We get so caught up in and this is so hard, and why do I have to go through this? Look, when you're having those emotions, feel them. Be vulnerable. Be transparent. Feel what you feel. Give yourself that permission. And then when that passes, because it's all in waves. Sometimes you have some highs, you have some lows. Like in some ways, some highs last longer than others. Some lows last longer than others. But don't stay in that place. You got to continue to go with the motion of the ocean. And so what you have to realize is even during those hard times, the word of God already lets us know that we're going to go through trials and tribulations. But he also has brought us comfort in the midst of it. When you know that you are still in your right mind, when you have not given up, when you have still pushed through, when you got up out the bed, when you took that shower, when you washed your face, when you put those clothes on, when you had that smile across your face, you made it. You're successful. Because some people don't make it out the bed. Some people don't have that fight to keep going. Some people say, you know what? They get so caught up in I that they will take their own life. Because it's just too hard and they feel alone and they give into those lies. And so we have to now replace those lies that we've been told or believed with truth. And really what's out there for us. That yes, it's hard. It is so hard. I was just crying last night. But I said that I was going to film over the weekend because at the end of the day, not only does it help me, but I know it can help at least one other person. And so you got to stop being afraid of your calling and what people may say or not say. It don't matter. Those dark times are going to make us. Don't allow them to break us. When I tell you, I thought about even like with a seed, it's planted in darkness before it can blossom into this beautiful, just smelling good flower. There's some flowers that smell amazing, y'all. I started reminiscing. Or, just even when I think it was between that and then it was even like with the butterfly. The butterfly is so significant because it was related to the ministry that my mom founded. But even when it comes to the butterfly, like as a caterpillar, it goes into this dark cocoon for a period of time. But then when that transformation takes place, the darkness is created for transformation. That we're no longer going to be this cup of water where when we're put into a different environment, a freezer, that we turn into ice. And then when we come back out into that previous environment or a different environment, now we turn into water because we're just trying to fit in with everybody and do whatever is acceptable to whatever environment that we're in. No, what we're going to do is we're going to become that piece of paper. That with that piece of paper, it starts off as a tree, but the process to become the tree to now a piece of paper, that it's going to go through some cutting, some grinding. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to smell good. But when it is transformed into the piece of paper, it will never turn back into a tree. You can put it with any woods, any bushes, any trees. It is still going to be that piece of paper. That transformation is permanent. So you can go back to the old environments. You can go around older people from the past. And now you could possibly draw them in to want to get to know, to want to get to grow. And so it's all about transformation. Stop wanting to fit in and be liked by everybody. I'm learning how to just be like, you know what? It's okay that everybody's not going to like you. And I stopped wanting to answer the call because when I started tapping in, the people who were supposed to support me, not all, but a certain amount of people who were supposed to support me were talking about me behind my back, started making it seem like I wasn't humble for now trying to walk in my calling. As long as I was silent, as long as I was, more comfortable with just being in the background and serving and doing, they were cool and they encouraged me and they tried to, inspire me and they tried to uplift me. But when I started to tap into that fire and that passion that I get, because transformation, when I know everything that I've gone through in life and how I am still in my right mind, I didn't allow it to break me. And I know all credit goes to God. Because if I had my own way, I would have gave up a long time ago. And so when I get that fire and I'm just like, he helped me through it. He helped me through it. He was there when I didn't want him to be there. He was there when I walked away and I started depending more on the relationships of people around me. And then when they left me and abandoned me, he was still there like, I'm never going to leave you. I'm never going to forsake you. I'm never going to change. I'm the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So I know you messed up. I know you are hurting. I know you are filled with regret, but I'm here to heal you. I am here to restore you. And just know that the purpose and the plan that I have for you, when you submit to me and trust me, you have nothing to worry about. this confidence that you need in you. It's the reliance on the plan that I have already set for you. And it's not going to harm you. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to always feel good. But something that my mom would say, his glory doesn't always feel good. His glory doesn't always necessarily look good. And one day we'll go into that. One day we'll go into the layers of how people will see the glory, the manifestations of the success that has been brought into our life, or their definition of what success is. But they don't see all the hurt, the pain, the loneliness, the isolation, the insecurities, the doubt and confusion, the uncertainty. They don't see all of those things that go, behind closed doors. That time with you and God where it's just like, he's doing a real work. And that's why I know everybody doesn't agree with it, but I started doing the online church services before COVID even hit. And at the time, my mom didn't even understand it. But when COVID hit, she started to now see what I had already seen. And that was an example of how everybody's not going to understand what you're led to. But for me, growing up as a pastor's kid and seeing all the fakeness and the gossiping and the drama and the fashion shows and leaving the same way that you came, if not worse, I was tired of that. And I was like, it got to be more to it than this. And so when I started really just being able to tune in to Transformation Nation every Sunday, sometimes if I missed it on a Sunday, I was tuning in that Monday morning to just listen to it that morning to get me going for the week. But tuning in every Sunday, and it's just like, I'm free. I'm liberated. I don't have to put on certain clothes to be accepted by you. I don't have to put on certain clothes because if I put this on, you're going to make it seem like I'm not saved enough because I'm not dressing like how you dressing. I'm not dressing wholly according to your standard. That's a topic for another day. I don't have to put on makeup if I don't want to put on. If God works in me to break my heart down so he can heal and restore areas that I have not given him access to, I hadn't just allowed him to really work in me. But when I finally get to the position to just submit and say, okay, God, I'm tired. I am tired of being tired. I'm tired of getting in my own way. Like, I am not happy trying to be in control of everything in my life. You can have me. I'm yours. I'm yours. And he will deal with you, and he will give you truth. He will give you love. He will give you kindness. Even in those times when I hate the fact that I miss the hugs that I would get from my mom. It wasn't just like a hug. It was, we would embrace each other. And then we would like hold each other and just like take a deep breath in and just be like, and just let it go. And then we'll laugh and like have like a little chuckle afterwards every time. And I remember even when we had a weird moment where I had been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I was like, Mom, because I was counting in my head when I hugged her. It wasn't for 20 seconds. And I was like, Mom, we supposed to hug for 20 seconds. I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They had this little hug guru, right? And she was like, a real hug is for at least 20 seconds to just embrace each other. Foolishness and crazy as it sounded. She didn't judge me for it. She was like, all right, come on, let's go ahead and try this again. And I love that she entertained my foolishness. Like, it was just, when you can have people in your life to just accept you for you, and you can just show all the layers of you. You can show the goofy side, the insecure side, the anxious side, just all the sides of you, the hood side. Like, you can show all the sides of you, and they still accept you and love you for you. Hold on to those people. Don't ever let them go. Like, they are there in your life for a reason. And last night I was reminiscing on that, and I was just like, dang, like, I don't even realize how long it's been since I've actually had just a hug. Because I don't have like my family here. So I do have one special person in my life. I love when we get together. And I can get a hug from her. But other than that, like, when we hug, like, that's when I realized, dang, it's been a while since I've just actually had a hug. And there is healing in affection. There is healing in vulnerability. There is healing in just transparency. And I am learning that in the Black community, vulnerability is looked at more so as a weakness and a strength. And I am learning. I'm so grateful for the exposure of even the team that I have with my job, because they were like, throughout the training, there's strength and vulnerability. I'm like, dang, this is new. And it don't feel good at first, but it's like when I was one who was just outspoken and just, you know, being vulnerable and transparent, I was shut down a lot, or you shouldn't say that. And sometimes they wouldn't want me to speak because they don't know what I'm going to say. And it's just like, but when I would be able to speak up and use my voice, there was at least one person that was just like, I needed that. There have been people who have been so transparent. Pastor Todd, his struggle with pornography, his story. Like, I was like, you see me. Like, and that's the thing. We have these silent battles that nobody wants to talk about. And so that's why I said this channel, we're going to be transparent. We're going to be open about everything, because that's when true healing and transformation can take place. And in church, they don't want to talk about a lot of things. And that's when, like with Pastor Todd, oh my gosh, I just can't, between him and the other pastors, when they are sharing, I love the transparency. I love being hot, like humble, open, and just transparent, because that's what frees you. When you hold it in and have all these silent battles, the enemy wins, because he wants you to feel guilty about it. He wants you to have shame. He wants you to feel like you're not good enough because you chose to stay in this relationship when you weren't treated the way you should be, because you didn't want them to be with somebody else. You didn't want to be rejected. You didn't want to be alone. And when you can just be honest, like, this is what it is, God can start freeing you. Like, all right, don't that feel good to finally get that out? I mean, I've been knew it, but now you see it. And so now I want you to just be like, but God, I'm yours. I know the hug that you give me is not going to be the same as the physical hug of my mom, but yet and still, your peace and your kindness, your ability to lift my head up high, because you do something inside of me that renews my thoughts, that transforms my heart, that helps me to stop reacting to life and learn how to respond. And that's going to be the topic of the next vlog. How to stop reacting to life. Because y'all, your girl be reacting. Don't text me back. Ignore me if you want to. The emotions will fuel us. And so it's now a transformation to respond. And sometimes the response is not saying anything at all. Oh. So, until the next video, I hope you all enjoyed this. I was trying to make it shorter than what it is, but whatever is placed on your heart to share, you share it, and you just allow God to do whatever he's going to do with that. And you trust that whatever he gives you to share, it's for a purpose. And if I can leave you with some final words, is that if you are in a place where you just really want to change, you are tired of being tired, you're tired of doing the same things and expecting different results, I've learned in life, and it's easier said than done, that in order to get some things you never had, you have to start doing some things you've never done. And it's not going to be easy. You're not going to always want to do it. But it's going to be so worth it in the end. So, hold your head up high. And if you want to go into beast mode, remember that it's going to require some things. And one of those things is action. So, if you're not doing anything, like Auntie Tab said in her video last week, what are you waiting for? Stop wasting time, because once it's gone, you don't get it back. We have to now change our idea and value on time, because we so easily waste it. Let's not be wasteful anymore. Let's not allow fear to drive us anymore. You got this. You are capable. In the words of the help, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. I love y'all. I hope you all have a great day, great week, great weekend. Until next time, peace and love you guys.